Yo, what's going on, YouTube? It's TRBs, and you dizzy yet? How you doing? Alright, so I was having a discussion on one of my live feeds on Facebook. If you're not on my Facebook, it's TRB, facebook.com, ITS-TRB. And I was asking, I was like, hey, do you know any truck drivers that have retired and they get 50 to 60% of their pay and their benefits, like pension? You know, like for instance, my lady, once she retire in 10 years, she either gonna get 60 to 80% of her pay, her pension every month, and benefits for the rest of her life. And yeah, I put a ring on it, so I'm gonna get them benefits too. All I'm saying is, but in all actuality, how many companies you know that have pension? I think maybe FedEx or UPS or something like that might have a pension, but I think they might have a union also. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But sometimes when you hear drivers that have been driving 30 years, you kind of wonder, like, well, do they get a pension? You know what I'm saying? You pay into a 401k, but 401k is not guaranteed because they're using that to invest in the stock market or whatever. So one of the discussions I was having was people mentioned once you start making money in trucking and you start to gain a good revenue, cleaning up your personal credit and all that good stuff, you need to invest in stuff like land and rentals. You know, buy an apartment complex of 4-unit or whatever, 5-unit, 8-unit, whatever. So that way you'll have something to retire on, because with trucking, you're making this money just to save. So when you do go, or when you're not able to drive a truck no more, you be financially stable, right? But you know, most people would pay into a pension or something, and that way they don't have to worry about that. So that's one thing that I wanted to bring to y'all. Do you know anybody that's been at a company? Let's say if you drove for a particular company for 20 years and then retire, how many truck drivers do you know that has done that? I'm sure there are some out there. Your uncle, your granddad. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear a lot of that. This guy I know or I heard. But what company was that? What big companies or small companies, what companies offer pension? So, you know, it gives you gives you an incentive to stay at that company. Like, okay, well, I've been here 10 years. If I do 10 more years, I know I'll get 80% of my pay plus benefits for the rest of my life. You know, and that's something to think about. That's definitely something to think about. So if you don't know one, then basically you're going to have to get out here and bust your ass and find ways to where you can get several streams of revenue without you actually having to be in a truck. You get what I'm saying? So that was just something that I was thinking about and talking about my live feed, and it was a pretty good live feed. I might post it. Well, I would post it, but you know, y'all could just come on and add me over on my Facebook if you want to see that live stream. And basically, it was just me talking and randomly reading their comments. But you know, that was just something I was thinking about. You don't have pension out here with these companies. You know, most companies don't have a union. So what are you going to do when you've been with a company for X amount of time and really you don't have nothing to show for it but tenured? Maybe a perk because you know one or two people, you know some people, but you don't have nothing. Like if you was to leave that company today, the only way you can get money by leaving a company is if you did get injured on a job. Then you're going to get workman's comp. You know what I mean? But if you work for a company like whatever trucking company that you feel is a good company, you work for them for 20 years and then you retire, technically, do you retire with your benefits and a pay package, or do you just say goodbye? It's TRB. Y'all let me know. Peace.